A little bit of a shop update. So since we got back from vacation, which I'll put a little video in here of our new little camper, which is pretty cool. We love it. We've been kind of just super busy with race stuff. So in October, I think we had 4 events. Yeah, 4 events, pretty much back to back to back between SCCA. We did the last day of Hot Rod Power Tour in Chandler, and then we had a Track X. Yeah, you're being really helpful. Thanks, dear. So we did put the supercharger to test on both Radford and our Track X. And not to be unexpected, it was running exceptionally hot. So Mike has already installed this fancy little VaporWorks sensor here. So we're now running...
That's the PWM, that's the sensor.
What? Oh.
That's the 85
Whatever.
sensor.
That's the E85 sensor. That's
your
something
PWM
else.
from VaporWorks. That's to keep your fuel pressure stable.
So now we are running E85 in both the truck and in the car. So it should keep my engine temperatures down in the truck with supercharger on it.
Keep it from detonating, that's the big one.
Sure, keep it from detonating. But yeah, I did kind of try to fuse all the aluminum together in my truck on both of those events. Engine got very, very, very hot, very, very mad. We do have plans to mitigate heat even further with venting out the hood, not the hood that's currently on it. We have 3 additional hoods to choose from that we could use. We thought about going with fiberglass, but in speaking with a couple of our friends, it might not be that much of a weight savings. So if we already have 3 additional rusty hoods, we may as well cut them up and then patina them to match the truck currently. So that's next on the agenda in terms of cooling. But what Mike is working on right now is changing out all of the bushings, and the rear camber joints are still, we're waiting on them to show up.
The 550 is sort of notorious for tearing up bushings, and Ford made them really terrible. So she was getting a lot of wheel hop. We were getting a lot of weird stuff going on. Looking at the bushings, every one of the differential mount bushings was torn. I don't know what you call it, whatever this bushing is on the lower control arm was very much shredded.
Oh yeah, they were both shot on both sides.
Yeah. And then we ended up changing the toe bushing because it was cracked that's now a spherical joint. This is a spherical joint. We put adjustable toe arms on it, and now we're finishing up putting the differential bushings in.
And we're pending the adjustable rear camber joints, which are still, haven't been shipped yet from American Muscle. We went with BMR products. They were recommended by our buddy Sean, who also he smartly redid all of his joints when he put his IRS in. We just kind of threw this in and said, just sent it. And honestly, it's done well. But in reading about all of these bushings and joints that we are in the process of upgrading, it should actually make it handle better.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make it more precise, because there was, as much as they were torn, there had to be a lot of movement on the wheels.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what Mike's been hacking away at for the last 2 days, and he's made a lot of progress while I've been at work. So I'm pretty stoked about that, because we do have an event on this coming Sunday, and I'm out of town for most of this week. So huzzah for him making progress. And I guess I'll stop filming so he can keep making a lot of racket.
A lot of racket.
Yeah. While he continues to make a bucket ton of racket, Radford was really cool. I have never driven the track there. We did Pro Touring Truck Shootout there when it was still Bondurant, but there was no short course or even long course. And Radford themselves hosted an autocross, and it was kind of cute that they called it an autocross, because it was their short course with kind of like a little jig at the end of it. I just ran the morning session because, as I mentioned earlier, that the truck just, the temperatures were terrifyingly high. But I ran six rounds around the course. It was an absolute blast. I did not bring a GoPro, so I'll insert some shaky handheld video from Mike, but it's pretty cool because you can hear the supercharger screaming. This was not my fastest run that he filmed, but it was one of my faster runs, and I'm pretty proud of myself how I handled the course. I definitely know there's more in the truck than there is in me at this point, but it was a lot of fun. Things about the Radford day was the fuel pump went out in the Chevelle, so Mike didn't actually get to race at all. And it was actually kind of a bit of a mess. So we just said, screw it, we'll leave early and go get the trailer and come back and grab the Chevelle. And then we realized, oh no, our buddy has a trailer here, and he offered, like, hey, I'll just drive my car home and you can take my trailer. And then unfortunately Drew kind of had a mishap and went into the tire wall. So we got him on he was fine. Car's not fine, but it will be. He'll be able to rebuild. We're really stoked about that. But we got him on his trailer and got him sent home. Mike took the F100 home, got stuck in accident traffic on I-10. Barely made it into the garage because the alternator on the F100 died. So at least he made it home. He gets the F350 on our little trailer, and the trailer lights die. So he had no trailer lights, got stuck in accident traffic on the way back to Radford, get the Chevelle on, get home, finally, and it was honestly just more of a pain in the butt than it should have been in order to get his fuel pump. So he missed Track X, which thankfully Chris let him co-drive his S10, and sorry about your clutch, Chris. But Track X was a lot of fun. I surprised myself, and I was actually faster in the afternoon session, which I wasn't expecting because it was, again, a hot day for October. This week is really the first week that Arizona has broken to fall temperatures, so it's been kind of overly hot for us. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but here's some footage from Track X from the F100. So I kind of just realized I never actually updated on the rear suspension upgrades that we did on the IRS. It was kind of a successful fail. One of the sets of bushings, the tolerance was entirely too tight, and I had massive suspension bind on the passenger side in our November event. I just couldn't, I had no rear grip. I couldn't realize what was going on. It was an absolute mess. It was very frustrating. I was sliding all over the place like old school 4-link stuff. So we got it home. He took the wheel off. He took the passenger wheel off and actually physically hung from the suspension, and it wouldn't give. So yeah, those brand new $450 bearings, bushings, whatever they are, had to come out. We bought a new set that had better reviews on them, and now I have, and I have lower springs on it too, so less poundage, I guess. I don't know. He's not out here for me to ask, but I have, I can't remember. We had pretty heavy springs on it. They're a little bit looser now, so I have my rear suspension back, and it's actually working really good. Now I just have to be a better driver, because I've been on the struggle bus for the last, well, actually since we put the supercharger in, I've been kind of on the struggle bus on our tighter autocross courses, because I can put more power down now, and it's really exciting to hear the whine. So I put more power down than I probably should in some of these areas, and my braking points are off, my turn-ins are harder. Like, it's totally a me thing, it's not the truck. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that spring season we have a bunch of events planned. We have our SCCA events, Muscle Cars at the Strip, LS Fest. There's a track events down here at Atessa we may or may not go to. I'm not 100% sure. So I have to get better. I have to get used to the new power delivery and figure out what works and what doesn't for me and how it fits into my driving style and just get better. But yeah, this video has been like several months in the making because I kind of forgot about it. Sorry. Right now I'm working on a really epic video. If you follow us on Instagram, then you know that we did a muscle car shootout. I guess you could call it like a cam shot. No, muscle car's appropriate because Ben was in it, but that's good. What I'm going to be working on this weekend to try and get it out before Christmas so you guys can watch it. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me to ramble, and more racing content and hopefully more Scout content after the new year. Thanks, guys.